her, and two, when I gave her a gender, because even that's a reflection of universal law, masculine and feminine. But I started thinking, of course, once you have moments like that and the mind starts to go, thoughts come and knowledge comes and you tap into something. And I just started thinking like, damn, like my car really does have her own personality. She's an '06 and she's been in my family since '06. It's a hand me down from my dad, and I got her in 2012 when I was in college. And I started thinking back like on all that I've kind of been through with this car and all that she has been through with us as a family. And I was like, dang, like, yeah, when I named her, she really did start to develop her own personality, her own essence. And I talk to her all the time. Whenever I used to hit, like Jackson, Mississippi, where I was for the last 9 years, has horrible roads, horrible potholes. I believe this is accurate. They said, people from Mississippi said the city lies. It sits over a dormant volcano. So that energy is still there and it really fucks up the roads. So it's always cracks, like fucking crater cracks. Not even just like a regular crack or a regular pothole, fucking craters in the streets and the highways. And whenever I would fuck around and accidentally hit one, it would hurt. Like it would hurt me because I knew it hurt her. And I would rub the steering wheel. I'd just be like, dang, Faye, I'm sorry, Faye. You okay, Faye? You all right? And I would talk to her. Um, and then I just got the message like there's power in the name. There's an oracle deck that I use called the Isis Oracle, and one of the cards is called Power Over the Seven Scorpions. And the message or the information on the card is basically, in order to attack and heal that which is hurt or wounded or blocked within you, or to heal the poison. That's like Scorpion, and that's very I guess this is right on time because we are now in Scorpion season. In order to heal the poison that is within you, or the poisons that, like, say for example Scorpion, you have to name it. You have to name the poison in order for you to be able to heal it. That also like speaks to, like, for example, like that you're an addict in the first place. Brother Panic speaks on this all the time. Like, that's why the first thing they get you to do, like, you have to name it. Like, hi, I'm such and such and I'm an alcoholic. Hi, I'm such and such and I'm a heroin addict, or I'm a meth addict, or blah 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 blah. You have to give it a name. You have to name your wounds. You have to name your ills and your troubles. You know what I'm saying? You can't overcome depression if you don't even admit that you're depressed. You have to name your low vibrations in order in order to perform the alchemy, in order to heal it. You know what I'm saying? So I started thinking like I really gave my car a power. Like she was born technically when she was built in the factory, right? But she was reborn when I gave her a name, because my daddy didn't. But I did when I started calling her Faye and addressing her as Faye, and started respecting her. And when I do wrong by her, like, I don't take her to get her oil changed as much as I should, and I don't get her tires rotated. When there are issues going on that I hear and I know it's coming on with my car, I don't check the oil. You know what I'm saying? I don't check the tire pressure, all that type of shit. Like, she'll like your car will do that. You know what I'm saying? Your car will let you know, like, ow, I'm hurting, I'm in pain, I need some maintenance, I need this and that and the third. That's your car talking to you and telling you. But like, since I named my car, I have that relationship with her. Like, I could feel when some shit's about to go wrong with her, or a slight change in her functioning lets me know that, okay, she needs some help. Like, I don't allow my car to get sick sometimes, like real fucked up, so much so that she was out of commission for months at a time and I wasn't driving her. And I had to, like, it was times where I had to sit in her and be like, damn, babe, like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm looking at her right now, looking at the steering wheel, like, I'm sorry. Like, I haven't done right by you because I named you. That means I birthed you. I gave you an essence. I gave you a spirit. I input a spirit in you. By naming you, I activated you, which meant I had a responsibility to you now, an even greater responsibility to you. And where I'm going with this is this is just like how we created the gods and the goddesses, and we created the Neter and the Orishas and the Loa and so on and so forth, because these aren't actual men or women in the sky, just like there is no God sitting in the sky. These are aspects of our human personality and our human existence that we personified in order to be able to relate to. It's the same thing. We took an aspect of ourselves and we gave it a name. And in giving it a name, you give it a power and a duty to serve you. In naming my car Faye, I activated her and I turned her on and I turned her up. And now she has a duty, which is simply to get me to and fro safely, to safely get me to and fro. And I even had affirmations in here. The sheet got old, but I started, like, at some point I would say it every time I got into the car. You know, my car is safe and working properly. My car safely gets me to and fro. I have dependable and reliable transportation. And my car is a Range Rover, because that's my dream car since a little girl. I'm going to manifest me a Range Rover. It has nothing to do with being materialistic. It's just satisfying the need, like an inner child. I know what I want. And I'm going to work that magic. I'm going to have me a Range Rover. Done. So, or I already got her. I'm riding in her now. She just going to upgrade her costume when the time comes. Done. So it was even something so simple. When I saw that car ripped off and I took a moment to look at Faye and be like, damn, bro, like, let me give you some gratitude right now that, one, you're not like that. And I'm appreciative of the fact that you're not like that. I haven't hurt you that bad, that you're not out here wounded like that and driving and in pain. Like, you've been through your ills and shit. You know, there was a hit and run. A dude hit her and tore off a panel on her on the passenger door and drove off. And, you know, I've messed around and not, like, taken better care. So her power steering got fucked up, but I got it fixed. You know, her thermostat went out recently. I got that fixed. Like, it was so much that had been, you know, just so much that had been off and she was hurting, but I got it fixed. And giving it a name, giving her a name, like I said, I activated her. I now gave her an essence. And I now basically gave her a duty, a responsibility, a job to fulfill for me. And in order for her to do that properly, I have to give her the proper energy. You know what I'm saying? I need to invest in her more. You get what I'm saying? The same goes for yourself. When you go through your rebirth or your spiritual awakening, it is time for you to turn that energy inward. You now have to invest in yourself. Okay, you got to start, you know, sometimes it's eating better, working out better, getting your energy flowing right. Even if it's investing in knowledge, getting the books, doing the meditation, going on the retreats, going to the lectures, simply just sitting with yourself and being in your body. You have to now start investing in yourself, because you have now renamed yourself, if that makes sense. You are now a new being with a new essence. And you are now activated. So now you have to put forth the time and the effort to see yourself grow healthily and strongly and spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally. All those leads. Like, there's power in a name. It's the same thing as, like, the book was saying with the Oracle card. Once you name something, you now have power over it. That's the message. Okay. There you go. Thank you, Spirit. Once you name something, you now have power over it. Hence, like I said, or Brother Panic even tells you, we created the Neter, we created the Orishas, we created the gods and the goddesses. In creating them, in giving them a name, we created them. And in creating them, we now have power over them. They are here to serve us. My car is here to serve me. Faith serves me by being my dependable, safe, and reliable transportation. You get what I'm saying? So when you name, you know, like, I have a thing when I find coins, like, I'm just like, damn, abundance flows. Thanks, coin goddesses and god. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, coins. I named it. So whenever I find coins, whether it be a quarter or even a penny, like, I give that energy to it. I got something to work with now. I have something that serves me, that stands to serve me, that exists to serve me because I created it in a name. When you come out your mama's womb, they give you a name. When you're reborn in your spirituality, most people take on a new name because with the name comes an essence. Okay? And with your essence comes a certain certain vibration and a frequency that you are on and that you operate from, which shows what kind of work you are here to do. The same thing like when you go to school and you get a title, when you become the title of doctor, everybody with a doctorate, you don't call them, do not miss doctor from their name. Not all people are that petty, but it's like like that's a title. It's a name. A title is a name. And that shows the work. Like I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor of cardiology. I'm a doctor of a pediatrician. Even if it's your college professor who went and got their doctorate, like I earned this shit. I'm going to teach you on the collegiate level, on a higher level. That is a name. That is the essence, and that shows what work you are here to do and what you're qualified to do, or you better work to be qualified to do. Right? A name is simply just a title, like priest, priestess. Manbo. Just there's so many, just all of those are just names, but they give you an essence to work towards or to work from. And whatever it is that you name, that's the power that we have as gods and goddesses in this realm, that we can do that. We can create. We are the creation, but we also have the power to create, not even just creating life by making children, which is another form because we name them as well, or we allow them to tell us our names and we attach that name to them when they come into this realm because they're too young to do so. But also the power just simply naming your car or creating a new tool or a new invention, a new software. Creating a new meal when you take different aspects, different herbs, different vegetables, and whatever, and putting it together and you create a new dish. There's just so many ways that we have the power to create. And once you name it, it's like it's set in stone. So there's power in a name. Name your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Name your demons. Name your demons. Demons have names, even like the 72 Goetia. They have names for a reason because then once you name them, you can work with them. You can call on them or dismiss them as you see fit. You can give them a job to do. The power is in the name. With the name comes the essence. With the essence comes the responsibility and the duty that must be fulfilled. Long story short, or I kind of did have it long, but that's what I wanted to get out. And take stock of how you do that in your daily life, because you probably do it and don't even realize it. Especially if you got a car and you named it, you gave it a name, you gave it, he or she, a personality. So now talk to it, talk to her, talk to him. Yo, Faye, that's my car name. We got this trip we got to make, so let's get here safely. Tell me what you need and I'll get you right. Take, like when you had your stuffed animal and you named it as a child, you gave it a life, you gave it existence. So give it a purpose to fulfill. Give it something to serve. Give them something to do for you. That is the power that you have in this realm if you call yourself a god or a goddess. So do that. That's a part of the work as well. It's something simple. It can be fun. You know what I'm saying? Name your trees. Or listen to name the trees that, if you got certain trees that you work with, that you feed, or that you meditate under, name them. They may have their own name, but you could sit there and give them a nickname, a way to relate to them, and do it out of love, and they'll respect that. They'll know when you're coming, like, oh, I gotta go give my certain tree my baby. You know what I'm saying? You establish a relationship that is an energetic connection, that is an energetic, a give and take. When you give them a name and you feed them and you give to them, they will start giving back to you tenfold. And that's just a minimum tenfold. Sometimes it's infinite fold. It's abundance. So please understand there is power in a name. And when you do that, try playing around with it. Certain things that you use, not even just your car. Like if you got a certain pen that you write with, name it and give it a job and watch that pen somehow take on its own personality. Or even your bank account. Name your bank account. and give it a job. Like, you need to eat up all the money that you possibly can. You need to gobble down and take in all the money that you can so that we live abundantly. You know what I'm saying? Start naming things in your environment so that they can now work for you and they can serve you and they can build you up and lift you up and you can move on further. So I hope that makes sense. I don't know if it does. It does to me. I don't care. But yeah, so get at me for readings, consultations, and whatnot. Hope you enjoy the message. And until next time, peace.
Host again. Ooh, right? I'm nervous, okay? This is my first on camera.